Well, Frankie Graham Jr. is not happy with me. If you remember from our live stream, I exposed his total academic fraud on LinkedIn. He had 26 PhDs listed there, and I went through a number of them and demonstrated to everybody that they couldn't possibly be real. At any rate, he got upset and he populated the comment section of my video with a stern talking to. Hello out there. I am trying to get through.
With cold, blunt analysis, cradled in the warmth of reasoning, it's time for Johnny Walker Dread to straighten you out on a thing or two. Emanating all the way from exciting Las Vegas, Oklahoma, it's the Johnny Walker Dread Show.
With the Pennsylvania primary just a little over a week away, our Tom Rader is having conversations with the candidates seeking the Democratic nomination in the race for mayor of Reading. 5 people are running, and you will meet them all this week here on the Berks Edition at 5:30. Tonight we meet Frankie Graham Jr.
One of Democratic mayoral candidate Frankie Graham Jr.'s favorite spots in the city is 14th and Union.
I grew up in this neighborhood.
Graham is a veteran and says he's currently pursuing a second master's degree, this time in public administration, a tool he believes can help him solve the city's problems, including bringing economic development to Reading.
A lot of times I believe that politicians like to speak and think backwards. They're always focused by the money motivation. They're trying to bring business people in here, and all they look at is the money. Oh, I can bring this business in, I bring this business in. But once you bring the businesses in, what is there to keep them here?
Blight is also a hot topic on the campaign trail. Graham laid out his proposed approach.
In great detail, I talked about how I would use a lot of the vacant properties, find a way for our community to get our hands on those properties, and have the neighborhoods vote on how to use these properties accordingly.
Coming off a violent year in the city, Graham says if elected, he'd like to make adjustments to police leadership.
I'm very, very direct in my views on removing the chief of police. I pay attention to what's going on amongst the police union, and there's a vote of no confidence in the chief of police.
Graham also believes Reading should be designated a sanctuary city, using recent developments in California as an example.
In the Supreme Court case of California, it clearly stated that any municipal government acting or doing any task that's officially hired for the federal government is against.
All right. So a few nights ago, I had a live stream, and this guy named Frankie Graham Jr., who's a friend of Rashad Richey's, I guess, certainly a supporter, was claiming to have 26 degrees in his LinkedIn experience, and I mean 26 PhDs. And of course, that's pure nonsense. I went through, looked at those universities, they're diploma mills. But he got upset, so let's take a look at what he wrote. Okay, first up, I reported your video for false information and provided YouTube with the link to CHEA International, all right? So he's claiming that CHEA International, which is a database of accreditations, lists his universities and shows that they are in fact accredited. Okay, so let's see what I wrote. Fine. They can go to the link, type in the names of your universities, just like I did on my video, and see for themselves that nothing shows up. And then I wrote again. I tell you what, provide me the name of one of the universities for which you claim accreditation, and I'll go in and punch it into CHEA. I'll gladly cut a new video with my results. However, it would need to be one of those listed in your previous LinkedIn pages. I wasn't going to have him type in some new ones in there. So he responds, you demonstrated your limited abilities to do a database search. In fact, you were on the wrong one. USA system versus international system. No, I wasn't. There is a filter on the CHEA page that allows you to filter according to USA or international, and I left the filter alone, so it was searching both databases. So I wrote back, again, tell me which university you want me to check on its accreditation status, and I'll gladly check it out. If I made a mistake, I will correct the record, pull down the video, and cut a new one with the updated findings. Hey, I'm being very fair here, right? Tell you what, provide the link to the database and filter settings. you want me to use, and I'll check your degrees out. That shouldn't take you no more than a minute or two. So go ahead. I promise I will correct the record if you are right. I waited a while, so I wrote it again. Again, provide me the link you want me to use, and I'll check out your university's status one by one. I will cut a new video with my findings. I am being more than fair here. Most YouTubers would simply ignore you, but I want to verify my claims since you raised objections. Then I wrote in, what's the holdup? Come on, hurry it up. I've been waiting. Jason Mulligan wrote back in Polish. I think he's trying to find out if Frankie Graham can read Polish, because if you will recall, one of the universities that he got a PhD from was from Poland, and it was not an English-speaking university. And at some point down here, he wrote, I find this humorous. And I wrote, on that, we agree. Okay, so he has ASIC is the accrediting body of most of my degrees. LOL. Approved by CHEA International. CHEA International doesn't approve accreditation agencies. It's only a database of them. But whatever. When I typed in your universities, nothing showed up. So I wrote, if this is indeed Frankie Graham Jr., you are more than welcome to come on my show and defend your academic record. And by the way, I offer this to Rashad Richey as well. In fact, at one time, he challenged me to a debate about his academic record. I took him up on it, and I never heard from him again. And then he blocked me. I have a feeling you won't, and for obvious reasons. At any rate, like my video, subscribe to my channel.